Okay. Do you want to just start by telling me a little bit about the campaign?
Sure. I'm part of the task force from the Corporate Safety Committee, and we organize a campaign to raise awareness when it comes to distracted driving issues. And distracted driving just doesn't mean texting and talking on a cell phone, but it's any issue that would cause you to remove your hands or your eyes or not focus on on the driving aspect when you're out there operating a vehicle. And so we've really planned it out for the heavy part will be May and June. And then we have a little bit coming back, I think it's in August and then in October again. But we've put a number of items together, working with the communication department, and so they're on the intranet, Basin's intranet page. And so you can just go on and click, and there's even a little self-assessment in there to see where you are as far as risk factors goes when it comes to distracted driving. And we looked at the fact that we're putting on nearly 1 million miles a year. And so although we work with electricity and climbing and all those kind of things, really just driving is a major part of our job, and it is a risk factor. And so we thought, well, maybe there's something we can do to kind of eliminate the potential for an incident. In fact, we had one employee, I kind of chuckled one day, we had one employee and he received a phone call during lunch, and it was from his spouse. And the first thing he said is, he said, "Are you driving?" Because he knew she was calling in on the cell phone. He said, "Are you driving?" And apparently the conversation was yes. And he said, "Well, I'll tell you what," he said, "just hang up, and when you get to a place where you can pull over, then call me back." You know, and I've heard that a couple times from different employees, and so those are the times, you know, whether or not it's throughout, but at least I know the message is getting there, and that's all we can hope for. And it's a behavior thing. I mean, we've taken years where we've accepted the fact that distracting driving, whether it's eating, drinking, adjusting, reaching for stuff, writing notes, you know, we've accepted the fact that that's okay, when we know that with, you know, all the vehicles that are out there and just erratic behavior from others, we need to be as defensive as we can be to protect not only ourselves but to protect the general public.
Do you hope then that, as you said, it's a behavior thing, that as people do it on the job, that it would transfer to their everyday life?
Actually, that's exactly where we're headed with this. Is because the culture that exists on promoting safety 24/7. If Basin Electric would take on, you know, and have a corporate-wide policy, the goal is, just like our policy right now, encourages employees to practice this, whether you're on or off the job, and encourage your family members to practice this. If and when the policy, you know, becomes a policy in Basin Electric, I would encourage all employees to adhere to it and to really give it some strong consideration. When you drive, do that. Just drive. Don't be focused on anything else but driving.